Hello, I'm Linda Fisler, business mentor from Artist Mentors Online. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a great tool artists can use not only on the business side of their art, but also on improving their art skills. With many thanks to the Artist magazine for publishing an article on this, I'd like to walk you through creating an OGSM. Just what is an OGSM and why do you need to create one? The OGSM, which stands for Objective, Goals, Strategies, and Measurements, is used by many Fortune 500 companies to keep their workforces focused on key objectives that will make their company successful in the current global marketplace. Originally developed in Japan in the 1950s, it was brought over here by U.S. car manufacturers who were desperately trying to improve their products as a result of foreign car competition. The OGSM is one of the many tools used to boil down long-winded strategic documents, like a business plan, into something that is actionable and easier to remember. Why do you need an OGSM? You're an artist. You don't need one of these, right? Well, I beg to differ. There are 4.2 million artists out there that you're competing against. 4.2 million artists that you're going up against for gallery representation, sales, collectors, and exposure. If you're a hobbyist and not a serious artist, have gainful employment elsewhere, and are happy thinking the muse is going to tap you on the shoulder and tell you where your next sale or next painting is coming from, then you don't need an OGSM. If, however, you are a serious artist and like any other endeavor, you know you need a solid plan and solid strategy to keep you moving forward, then creating an OGSM is just what you need. Unless you have goals and objectives to work towards, then what you have is a hobby. Any frustration you feel is of your own doing. So take charge of your career by creating an OGSM with me now. What you need at the very least is a couple sheets of paper. If you like, you can build this in Excel or Word. In any case, you will need a table with 4 columns. The first column on the left will be labeled Objectives. The second column will be labeled Goals. The third column will be labeled Strategies, and the fourth column will be labeled Measurements. We will need to define your objective. An objective is what you want to accomplish over the next year. It might include increasing your income, increasing the number of collectors or followers, or on the art side that you want to improve your composition skills. An objective may include all 3 of these things, or it might just focus on your art skills. Your objective is what you want to accomplish, not what someone else thinks you should accomplish. You need to own this objective, so you must create it. Here is the objective I created while in the Protégé program. My objective is to gain confidence in my artwork, to begin marketing it for sale, and to continue to focus on improving my art skills. Next, we will develop goals for this objective. Goals are more specific actions that we work against to achieve our objective. For example, in my objective, I stated I wanted to improve my art skills. I need to set some goals to do this. There are a number of art skills that I can focus on. In particular, I would like to improve the compositional aspects of my painting. I tend to rely on photographs, and my skills for composition from life and nature are weak. Maybe I need to find more color harmony in my work. Some of my goals, and I picked no more than 3, would be these. To help with my confidence and to gain exposure, I have a goal to enter more shows. On the art side of my objective, I could list that my goal is to study more on composition, paint from life, and study color relationships. So now we have 4 goals that we can work against. You probably make lists like this all the time in your head. There's nothing holding you accountable to these things until you define your strategies and measurements. Strategies are roadmaps that get you where you want to go. For each strategy, you will be creating a measurement, so be thoughtful in their creation. Here you see our goals. So let's take the first goal of gaining confidence and exposure by entering shows. These shows need to be juried shows, and your strategy should reflect that. You need to determine how many shows you want to enter. So here we enter, I will enter 2 national shows and 3 area shows in the next year. These shows will be judged shows. Next, we have art skill related goals. We want to improve our compositional skills. This can be accomplished by reading books, viewing DVDs, attending classes or workshops. The same is true for color harmony and color theory. You need to state what you will do. Here we list that we will study Edgar Payne's composition book, attend workshops that focus on color theory and composition, devote 2 paintings a week focusing on improving these skills. Now we move on to measurements. Obviously, some will be easier to determine, while others will require more effort. If a goal is to increase your sales and followers, you can state how much you want those to increase and then track by month the progress against those numbers. You can state various strategies for increasing them. For example, you can put a place on your website where visitors can sign up for your newsletter. You may want to determine how satisfied your collectors are. To do this, you may need to create a survey. For the trouble of answering the survey, make sure you send them a thank you. Let's take a look at the strategies for the goals we have been using. We can check off that we entered 2 national shows and 3 area shows. We can measure if we were accepted into these shows. But can we measure if our confidence improved? Well, if we were accepted, it is pretty safe to say our confidence probably improved. If we were rejected, we may not have succeeded in growing our confidence. Maybe we need to add an additional strategy of finding a mentor who can coach us and help us develop more confidence in our work. Additionally, we can check off books we read and workshops we attend. We can, to some degree, assess the improvement to our skills. Always seek outside counsel for your work and always include an assessment against your competition so that you can continue to grow in your craft. Artist Mentors Online is here to help you with your art career. There are articles and a blog available that address business skills. We hope you find this introduction to creating an OGSM useful and that you will create one today. Be focused, challenge yourself, and you'll be surprised by the results. Thank you for joining me.